guys? This is your boy Gamelander here. We're here to talk about a review. So this review is a interesting one. It's a rare occurrence of a video game adaptation or a video game inspired content being created for TV or streaming, whatever you want to call it, and has exceeded even my expectation. Going into this anime series, I have zero knowledge of Cyberpunk 2077. I have never played a video game. I have never been introduced to this universe in any way, shape, or form. So this medium was my first introduction to the entire universe on a whole. Just putting that out there. This is my first introduction to the entire universe on a whole. So I was never a fan of the video games that coming in and looking at it. I was never a fan, because I think a video game is based off a board game or something. I was never a fan of the board games and then coming to see this show. So there wasn't any like fandom knowledge where you can say that it may blur your perception of quality because you're just high on the previous content, and because it's right off the high of previous content. Given the fact this is my first time being introduced to this universe, I would say that it is interesting. If these are the concepts that a video game imposes or asks, I need to play that video game. Like, the story on this anime show was so well done, I don't even know what to say. It's one of those rare but good mediums I've seen in a while. It wasn't perfect. There were certain things that didn't personally work for me. They can look at and say, oh, there were certain segments that was really slow in terms of how it handled the storytelling and all that business. I think the pacing was off in certain scenes, certain episodes. But all in all, this show is an enjoyable experience. I don't feel cheated. I don't feel like I waste my time. It felt like I've invested my time in something that was well worth it. The story, the characters, the world just feel lived in. The story just feel original. The characters just feel real. And the moments of genuine emotion where there were two characters that was basically in love, and the basis of the story was just a love story. It has classism, it's not all that business, but it's a love story of people from similar but likely different world, and the lens that you go to for the ones you love. And this is the basis of the story. It started out with a kid that he's going to school and that kind of stuff, and he's been bullied in school basically. That was basically just off the setup for the first 2-3 episodes. And after he was bullied at school, and a little later his mother died. After his mother died, that's when a lot of the interesting concepts has been introduced. You see where he found like this implant that his mother is probably going to sell or something, and he implanted it into himself, which was crazy good. From that moment on, the show took on like identity of itself, going in a whole new direction. So it's basically started as a fish out of water. Like the first half is like a fish out of water. A kid that was, because of hardship, hard times, was thrusted into crime, and through that he met a girl, Lucy, which ended up being the one that he one that he loves, really and truly. And basically those sentiments where you can see the bond between these two characters as the story unfolds and it continues, and it's so nice just seeing those two characters being like just there for each other and stuff. Like, I don't know how to best put it. This show was so good. Like, it's praise all around. There is nothing in the show that can point out that I can say is a problem. There was, as I said before, there were certain things that wasn't particularly mesh well with me, but there wasn't anything that took me out of the immersion. Even like the last 5 or 4 episodes was stellar content. It was amazing. And you get to see the characters in a whole new light, whole new setting, and it's just like, I don't want to talk too much about the show because I really want you guys to go check it out. And no matter what I say about what it is, you have to experience this show for yourself to get it. This show isn't something that you get from just hearing people talk about it. You need to watch this show. If you're a fan of the game Cyberpunk 2077, or if you aren't a fan of the game, this is something that you need to check out and see for yourself. Because, kid you not, right after watching this show, I really want to play the game. And because currently I don't have time to play the game, I'm gonna get in on my list to play either in December or next year. But we're going to play this game because the awesomeness of this series got me intrigued for what this game is all about, what the game does, and I want to experience the main story of the game to see if there is any element that is alike or similar to the show itself, because the show was so full with heart and it was so amazing. The ending too was pinpoint, it was perfection. There hasn't been a show that ended like this before. This show has everything that you would not expect anime to have. For me personally, like, it has stakes, real consequences, and teaches greatly about sacrifice. Sacrifice for the ones you love, and sacrifice for somebody you deem sacrifice for the ones you want to protect. And it's a case where you can see these little ideas going around with even the female character, in a sense, the love story where the female character is trying to be like he's being her own person, but yet still the guy still wants to protect her. I love seeing those things. I love that dynamic, and she was so outgoing, outspoken, but also vulnerable and feminine. It was so beautifully done, and in her own way she feels like she wants to protect him, but ends up getting herself in more trouble, and then he has to save her essentially. And it's almost a story of two people trying to protect each other. That's basically it, because they basically try to protect each other. It just so happens how it ends. It's so fantastic. You guys need, like, I'm not gonna give away, and I'm trying very hard not to give away the ending, because this is a must-watch show. You got to watch your show to understand the amazing storytelling that's on play here. The phenomenal music, the music of this show gets me every time. It's so epic. The storytelling is on point. The music is great, and everything about the show is just fantastic. There's no show like this on TV right now. There's no show any company's doing right now like this. This is Netflix understands video game adaptation, and that's one thing I have to say. I'm yet to see something in the veins of what CD Projekt Red has created in terms of video game has been adapted through Netflix and doesn't come out great. Cyberpunk 2077 is just another one that came out really great, and that CD Projekt Red is directly benefiting from. Unlike The Witcher, I don't think they benefit from The Witcher 2, because that is mainly off of the books. But this is fantastic. It's set in the same universe, and I really want to see more. I want to see what season 2 comes with, but I highly doubt they're gonna have a season 2. But I would definitely like to see a season 2. But the ending is great. Any of the show is really great, guys. Check it out. It's on Netflix right now. So with that said, if you like the content, like the video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. If you have watched Cyberpunk's Edgerunners already, what do you guys think? Are you guys as pumped and excited as I am and mind blown? With that, guys said, leave all your thoughts and comments down below, and see you guys in the next one. Gamelander.